Want me to cover you too?
Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right.
Thank you. Yeah, I got you now. Just in time. Okay. I'm ready. Okay, I can hear you. And we're on, I think. Are we on? I
Got
can't
a
hear
couple
you,
more
Michael.
minutes of commercials than normal.
Okay, I don't hear any music or anything. Are we on? Hello? Almost. Can you hear me now? Oh, God. Okay, so we got it? Are we on? Okay. Is the
Couple more
music played
minutes of
already?
commercials. Normally we're
Oh,
on, but we're not on yet, y'all. Hang
okay,
tight.
awesome. Thank you. All right, okay. Okay, good. Okay, I'm ready. Thank you. All right, okay, thank you. Yes. Okay.
Rika, what do you mean when you say no picture? No picture. What do you mean? All right, here we go.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going like down. It's a cool minute. It's a cool minute. Yes, Michael. Thank you for the applause. Thank you for the applause. We got perfect attendance today. Perfect attendance on We Got Issues. It's so exciting. This is Gloria. Bring in Caterina, Crisette, and Sabrina in just a second because we're so excited. What's up Wednesday? What's up Wednesday? We're going to have a conversation, find out what's going on in the world, going on
Okay,
with each
you
other.
guys can't see any of
So
us.
much to talk about.
None
so
of you
much
can see
to
us.
talk about. So much to address. So much is
Can you
going
hear
on in
me?
the world.
Can you
Each
hear
of us got
Gloria?
our own stuff going on. Plenty of stuff to talk about. Plenty of stuff to talk about. So we're going to invite you to call in to 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. This is We Got Issues, brought to you by the Force of Friendship. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 7 p.m., talking about what is going on. You guys, seriously, talking about We Got Issues, talking about climate change. Today, I took a brief ride out this evening, just real evening, and the sky was beautiful, beautiful red clouds, gorgeous. I mean, when I look up there and I see red, the clouds, it's so pretty, but then I'm automatically reminded about climate change and how serious it is and all that's going on. So we're going to have an opportunity to talk about a lot of things. But here's the thing. This is What's Up Wednesday. Like, What's Up Wednesday? When the girlfriends get together, we don't have a guest today. We're just talking to each other. We're going to let you in. You got to lean in, because this is the kind of conversation we have when we travel with each other. This is the kind of conversation we have when we're at each other's houses. Hey, we haven't done that in like a year and a half. It's going to be almost 2 years that we've come together like that, except we've been together every single day on the radio. So it is pretty crazy out here. And you guys, we love to hear from you because we're always looking up to see a better way to serve you, a better way to kick with you, a better way to tune in with you. So I'm so excited to be with you today. I'm going to go from the East Coast to the West Coast to our girl, Caterina Harris Earl. What's up, Caterina? What's going on out there on the West Coast?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am doing great today. Today is a day of many hats. I've had on lots of different hats. We all wear a lot of hats, but I will tell you, it's chilly over here. I won't say cold, but it is chilly over here. Hence my super, super, super warm attire. And we just came from driving beautiful through what we call over here the Santa Cruz Mountains, and we've gotten lots of rain, which California needs the rain, more rain than normal, and so it's just green. The hills are green. I mean, it really is majestic. And so it just was beautiful. We celebrated our 9-year anniversary. Yay, yay, yay. And so that was my absence. And it's just really, really exciting. We had a great time. And now Anthony is having to head out for a funeral actually in Chicago. So just continuing to be prayerful and vigilant. The list today on my WhatsApp, y'all, of people affected with Omicron, those that are vaccinated, that are not hospitalized, those that are vaccinated, unvaccinated, that are hospitalized in most cases. The list is long. And so we celebrating and praying is what we've been doing for these past few days. And so really, 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 really. So Gloria, I can't wait. I'm excited to have a rap session with the girlfriends.
Hey, we're going to come back to some of those issues you just talked about, some of those issues we just talked about. Your anniversary is one of those things, because welcome back after the celebration. We're excited that you can talk to us about 9 years, and we can talk to you about 20, 25, 33 years. We're going to go over there to Sabrina Monday. What's going on in Ohio? Because the only reason Caterina can't say it's cold is because she know that you colder. That's why she can't say it's cold.
Right. Okay, exactly. Baby, this lake effect is no joke. I'm so dang on cold. I just have to fix my attitude, because when the wind blows, it is something. And so I went out today. I came back in. I turned the heat up as high as I could turn it up. Okay. I don't care. What it costs. This sister needs heat. But
wait a minute, Sabrina. Wait. Let me tell you this. I don't know what they can see on the radio, but we can see the window open next to you. Okay, so turn up the heat. You know she's new to the cold weather, where they turn up the heat and then they open up the window. That is so crazy.
Exactly. Can you believe I just came up here? This has been open since yesterday when it was really nice. And so I need to shut that. Okay.
Yeah, you do. I noticed that yesterday.
Right now.
Close that window. Okay. Kenny got to pay all those bills, and you got windows out. Right.
Oh my goodness, but it's all good. Went to a Christmas party last night, went to a Christmas luncheon today. So 'tis the season to be happy. 'Tis the season to spread the joy. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's a busy time, but a good time. So I'm excited to be here with the girlfriends. We're just going to wrap, catch up, see what's happening. It's so good to have perfect attendance. Crisette, how are you in your Burberry?
I am doing good. You guys, I had such a fulfilling day today. I went to a high school, and I spoke with some ninth graders on today.
Did you?
Clarenceville High School is in Livonia, Michigan, and Daryl Woods, you guys, he's been on the show. He was telling me about some things that they're doing over at that school, which is so powerful. And so, he invited me along with the vice principal to come and to talk to their ninth graders. Today was Wellness Wednesday. And it's so funny. I stopped counting. I won't even talk about how long I've been out of high school.
Don't talk about it. Please don't talk about it.
No, we won't talk about it. So of course I'm like, well, what do you wear? You're the presenter. Are you supposed to dress this way? Should you dress more like them? It's like, OMG, what are the rules? How do you do it? So I was like, okay. Everybody is dressed down. Nobody is back in the day where you go with a suit and a briefcase and all. That ship, as they said, has sailed. So I went, and you guys, I pretty much knew what I wanted to talk about. So I'm in the car, and I pulled up, and I had in my console, of course, you guys know I had my coffee, and it didn't fit. So when I pulled up, the whole thing fell in my lap, on my shirt, on my blue jeans, and I'm like, This would not be happening. The first day that I go to a high school, I have coffee here, and I'm like, you know what? But it's all good, okay? I'm gonna go in there with a big coffee stain, but I'm gonna do what Sabrina said. I'm gonna own my power with a big old coffee stain on the front. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But when I tell you, it was such a joy to talk to those young people. I promise you, I told them I am definitely going back because it's so needed. It really is needed. So we talked about mental health. I talked to them about the power of affirmations. They made their affirmations. They spoke their affirmations. So it was just an overall great day today. And so that's something that I really love to do. And I know that it is so important that we give back and we empower our future generation because, it's all about what's up here. And we talk about that a lot. So today I'm excited, Gloria, just to lean into all of what's going on around the country. So back to you, Gloria. Let's get the party started.
Well, let me tell you this. We're going to start right with you because we're going to start with the topic. We got so many things to talk about. And before we go into some of the challenging things, let's talk about what you did talk about at the school. Like, I got two questions from what you just said. Number one was emotional management. You know how many people listened in and wanted to know how the four of us continue to go through life the way we go through life. Big old coffee stain. It would have disrupted a whole lot of people. So Chris, talk about that. And then what did you talk to those kids about? Love to hear that. Love to hear that.
Okay, great. So, it happened. And of course, I didn't have a change of clothes. And so, you know what? Sometimes you just have to get over yourself. And I said, that is not going to be the topic of discussion. And sometimes you have to address the elephant in the room and laugh at your own self because, it's so easy to get up in your head about, I haven't been in high school in forever. I want to be relevant. I don't want to go in there. And they're sitting there like, oh, I hope I'll be glad when this lady is done. So I walked in and I told them what happened. And I started off, telling them I was excited to be there. And I said, you know what? I said, I feel like this is my first day of school. I said, now, is this what I'm supposed to wear to talk to you guys? So they all laughed. And I said, let me tell you what happened on my first day coming to Clarenceville. And I told them about it and they laughed with me and then we moved on. So that was, sometimes you just address it and you keep it moving. I think you take the power out when you can laugh at yourself. It really isn't that serious. It's not like it could have been more serious. I could have ripped a hole in the back of my pants. Right, that would have been a real issue. So
and you could have got coffee all over your car.
Okay, absolutely.
Better on your skirt.
Could have done a lot worse. And then today we talked about the power of affirmations. And you guys know, in our industry, in our line of work, we have always talked about just how powerful words are, what you say to yourself. And I talked to them about the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We all knew that growing up, but that is not the truth. I asked I said, how many of you had a broken bone? And one girl, she told me she had broke these bones. I would have never known it because bones will heal and people would never know you broke a toe, you broke a finger, you broke a foot. But most times when words are sold into our lives, those words reverberate over and over in our head, even into adulthood. It could be something your mother said, your parents said, your sister, your brother. And so we just talked about the power of words. But what I said to them is Dr. Martin Luther King said, it doesn't matter what people call you, it's what you answer to that matters. And I talked to them about yes, I talked to them about the power of their own words. I said to them, there's one person that you can never get away from. And it was so funny when I said, who's the one person you can never get away from? One girl raised her hand. She said, my grandmother. When I tell you, we hollered, okay? That was just
not her mother, her grandmother.
Her grandmother. We talked about the only person that none of us can get away from, that's with us 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, is our own voice. And what do we say to ourselves? Because that is the most powerful voice that we have, is what we say to ourselves. And so we talked about that. And then I had them do an activity. So it really, I believe that some seeds were sown and some seeds were watered on today. And it's definitely a passion that I absolutely enjoyed it, and will absolutely continue to do that at the high school and even the elementary and middle school levels.
You know, we come here at We Got Issues, and we have such an opportunity to talk about the mindset of so many people and the value of emotional management and what's getting set up. And so what's on the show, we've brought so many people in that talk about how we can affect the community and how we can deal with young people. And it's something that we can talk about over and over and over again. I like the way Daryl Wood said she made a great impact with the young people. And it really is exciting to watch us go back and give, because you're absolutely right. When we were in high school, we're like, oh, how long are they going to talk? I'm glad to be out of the teacher room. I don't want to be in the assembly, but I really don't want her to, I don't want to hear her go blah, 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 yada, 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 and expect me to laugh. And then you end up being that exact same person. So we're so excited for you, really so excited. We're going to cut to a break, and then we're going to come back to We Got Issues. We want you to call us in at 313-778-7600. We're here to rap because it's What's Up Wednesday. What's Up Wednesday? We're rapping with the girlfriends. We'll see you back in just a few minutes after the commercials. Yes. We're back. Okay, so on the Facebook page, on the story section, that was cute. I saw your stories at the high school with them behind you. That was pretty cute. That was cute. We got this whole thing on stories is blowing up. Stories is blowing up. Reels is blowing up. Social media is blowing up.
It's so noisy. It's so noisy. Instagram, I miss when it was peaceful pictures. You just could do it so peacefully. Now everybody's so loud. Wheels and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Okay.
But I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. Everything that shows up on Instagram was on TikTok like 2 weeks. Instagram is like 2 weeks behind TikTok. I'm telling you, those autumn stories and all that stuff. I'm like, I saw that on TikTok like a week and a half ago. It's like It ends up going from TikTok to over there. A lot of the people I follow. I thought that's
Wow,
interesting.
now I can talk about social media all day long. I can talk about it all day long. But however, I did notice, Sabrina, with that last update of Instagram, and I don't know if you did the last update, but everything's about reels. I mean, you could hardly even find a picture. It's real, real,
That's
real,
right.
real, real.
It's
Did y'all
real,
notice
real,
that?
real.
It's real, 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 real.
Mhm.
No pictures going on. No, I was like, oh, a picture, like for real. So very interesting. I mean, we could talk about it. It is noisy, and it's going to get noisier as we get closer and closer to the holiday. And I don't know when it's going to calm down because it's a lot. It's a lot. So, and then somebody I know
Did
went
you
to a
guys see
social
my
media
tile?
class.
I did a tile, my first tile. Go to my Instagram, and I did my first tile for my anniversary, where you post like one picture, but you turn it into 9 different pictures. So I posted it as a tile, and I put one thing that I love, 12 different things I love about him. The tile came out beautiful because it's one picture chopped into 12 different pictures. However, after you start posting more pictures, now my arm is in the wrong place and my face, it starts moving. It's interesting. You will see it. It was
okay, so
pretty
you're
on
talking
12,
about on your
12,
regular
12 at 12.
Instagram.
Yeah, my regular Instagram. But you guys have seen that. I like that some of the people that I buy things from, they'll post like one picture and it's broken up and it looks really neat. So I did my first tile on Instagram. Not pretty.
So did you
Until
do it
my
all at
arm
one
moves
time?
tomorrow. Yes, when she posted it as a tile, all 12 of them posted at the same time. So I put 12 different captions. They all posted at the same time. But when you do it again, when she posts one thing tomorrow, it moves. And then your face is one place and your arm is in the wrong place.
Oh, well, I have to watch
So
and
it
see what
looks
you do
good
about
for one
that.
day. It looks good for one day. It looks good for one day.
Exactly.
Basically.
It
Or
looked
until
good
you
for one
post
day.
again. That's
Yeah,
beautiful,
yeah,
though. It's beautiful. But that's good. We went there because we wanted to go to you with the good news of your 9 years of and your anniversary, 9 years of marriage. We want to hear what you decided to do to celebrate. And I want to tell you, Caterina, I want to talk about this a little bit because all of us are thinking about how are we going to celebrate? How are we going to celebrate during the holidays? How we celebrate during the anniversaries? How much do you go out? How much do you stay out? How did you decide what to do? And I think it's always a good conversation when we see a romantic couple. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you right now. I read what he said about you. You know how we always know what the women say about their man, but Anthony gets an A++. If he's listening, he gets an A++ because he really lifted up his wife. OMG. I loved it. I loved it.
And that card, Anthony writes the best cards. I have a whole, I never have seen anybody who writes like he writes in those cards. I have an entire box of cards. And then my gift certificate for Louis Vuitton was in there too. So that was really juicy and good. Okay. Okay. I'm like, you number one. But you know what? Talk about romantic. We got to the romantic part on Sunday, our actual anniversary day. But the very first thing he did was have an anniversary dinner, family anniversary dinner, celebrating my mother, who he would not have me without her. When I tell you, he came with flowers for me and flowers for her, because when I married you, I married the family. I'm like, you know what? There just ain't nobody like him, as he texts me right now, because I kind of got in trouble for spending extra. But I'm not going to tell you the mistake I made. But unbelievable. We went to Monterey, and it was very, very rainy. So Monterey it's either like super, super, super active, or it's kind of desolate. So there wasn't a lot happening on the streets, but it's just so beautiful to be sitting on the bay, which opens up to the Pacific Ocean, and when it's raining, and just looking out on all of that Monterey, Carmel by the sea. It's just beautiful. We ate at a restaurant, the Chart House. And so, just me, cozy up by the fire, chilling, having a great time. And honestly, we loved being at the resort where we were, but the prettiest part was the driving up that coast and through those mountains, the Santa Cruz Mountains. It's just majestic, and some of the best conversations happen when you just rolling in the car, so we had a great time, and still celebrating. So our anniversary was Sunday, and so we spent time celebrating Sunday and Monday, which was great.
I always love hearing stories of people who can celebrate during the holidays, because sometimes your holiday season crosses over. I was talking to Ken yesterday, and my anniversary and my birthday are together, and he was like, okay, so I mean, he's so crazy. He said, okay, so that $400 dinner that we spent on your anniversary, what you brought home was the birthday part of it. He's like, I said, you still thinking about the price of that one dinner? He's like, yep, I'm still thinking. I mean, just so funny how we all celebrate differently and have it, because, celebrate gifts is not my big thing, as people know, but I love it when I have experiences. And so the experience of that is making a difference. Okay, so before we move on to something else, Caterina, I have a question for you with the girlfriends here. What is one tip that you would give our audience that has made your marriage so special after 9 years?
Oh my gosh. I put this in the chat. We've talked a few times about the number of marriages that didn't survive COVID. But I tell you, we got so much closer the more time we spent together. And so I just think we study the personality styles a lot. And my girlfriends know I'm a D personality, which is a dominant personality. My husband is a D personality, which is a dominant personality. Oh. I have really learned, and I've learned this, Gloria, from really watching you. In his world, last night, he was ministering, doing a leadership class. In his world, it's just totally building him up. And he does the same thing in my world. And so I prayed for it, and I asked for, and God answered a prayer for me to not, to be with a man that I didn't have to take that same energy that I've used in running a business and doing this and in the home. He is Mr. Man in charge. And so it is, right. Except for when he has to, when I made the mistake I made today and had them build the garage, then I told the man to take it all down, and he had to take it all back to Costco. So that was the mistake.
Okay, we're not going to go into that part. We're going to stay in the celebration part of your 9th anniversary.
That was the ending.
We're not going to say, because Anthony listens to the show and he be commenting. But what I love about all of our men are very, very strong, and all of them are married to strong women. And we are truly examples of marriages that have survived. Strong men, strong women. They have their own life. They have their own thing. And Anthony came in on the end part of this. And so it's been so exciting to watch him step into this circle and to just, be so admired by all of us by, I just love a romantic man who is strong enough to be romantic, strong enough to be funny, strong enough to stand strong in what we do. So we love him. And so congratulations again. Okay. So Sabrina, tell us about the Christmas party yesterday.
Oh, the Christmas party was great. Well, actually, it was like the pre-party before the luncheon today. And, we are in the athletic realm of things. And so you never know who's going to pop up at Spire. It's always an Olympian. It's always an NFL player. Well, last night it was Ray Lewis, who Gloria absolutely loves, with the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, yes, yes.
Chris don't even know who Ray or Lewis is. Okay, let's just be clear. But Ray Lewis is one of the biggest football players of all time, period, who happened to come out of Baltimore, period, who built the Ravens dynasty, period. So go ahead, Sabrina. I explained him now.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gloria. So fun. So fun. So it's really an incredible story, you guys. Ray Lewis is the reason we're at Spire. He tells the story that Kenny Mundy is his idol. He grew up, wow. He was a wrestler in high school, and he always idolized Kenny. Kenny Mundy was his hero. And when he was in high school, his high school coach called Kenny to see, I got this really talented kid. Do you have any time to talk to him? We would love for you to come out here and do a camp. Well, Kenny was heavy in the throes of training. He said, no, I can't come out there now, but I wish him well. I'll be following him, blah, blah, blah. Well, he didn't know that I was going to grow up and be D. Ray Lewis. And so...
I really can't make it right now. I wish him well, though. I have to remember that. Can you do something? No, I can't do it, but I wish you well.
Exactly. Years later, you guys, Kenny runs into Ray Lewis. Kenny has always admired Ray's football career. Runs into him when we were living in Florida at a car wash. Saw his big fancy car, and he looked over. He said, "That's Ray Lewis." And so Ray tells the story last night I'm just chilling at the car wash. I look up and Kenny comes over and says, Ray Lewis. He's like, Kenny Monday. And so it was a match made in heaven. And honestly, Ray has a lot to do with the Spire Institute. And that's why we're here, because of Ray Lewis's recommendation. Small world.
Wait. Let me add this little piece of the story. That Kenny told me. He said when he saw Ray Lewis in Florida, Ray wanted to do some wrestling. So Ray came and got some coaching from Kenny about wrestling. And I said, so, this was years later after Kenny's like wrestling. He's still coaching, but he's like, I said, so you wrestled Ray Lewis? He said, yeah. He said, but I said, did you let him win? He said, oh, no, I didn't let him win. I had to put it on him. He said he took Ray Lewis down, and I was like, what?
And Ray told that story last night. He said he came with his shoes thinking, this man is old now. He's old. He's 15 years older than me. And he said, Kenny put him on. He's like, I don't want to wrestle no more. I don't want to wrestle no more. I don't want to wrestle you, okay? And so we just had the best time last night. I mean, his daughter was with him. Diamond was with him in the house. And so we got to know her. His girlfriend was with him. So we had a great time. It was a fun party. Yes.
Oh, we're coming right back. We're coming right back to talk to the force of friendship, because we got issues. And we know you got issues. So we hope you call at 313-778-7600. We're laughing. We're talking about What's Up Wednesday. It's What's Up Wednesday with the force of friendship. We'll see you in just a minute after the commercial. Come back with us. Call us. Yeah, we're going to make it what we make it. We're going to make it what we make it. Y'all, we are checking in with What's Up Wednesday with the Force of Friendship. And we're just rapping today. We're just rapping about everything. Okay, so now we're going to go to the variant. The variant. I want some views about the variant. What's going on? We got an email from Princeton that made us all like sit up in our chairs and like, Holy camole, we've wanted to be in this space where we're all vaccinated. We're still talking about getting vaccinated. We're still screaming from the rafters, stay vigilant, get vaccinated. But honestly, I don't know how you guys felt, but when I got that email, it made me like, holy camole, here we go again. And it's making me sit up and pay attention. And then, Caterina, you talked about what was going on What's Up. So what are you guys thinking about the variant? What's giving you cause to pause?
Hey,
Go
Gloria.
ahead, Chris. Yeah.
There are so many in our audience that have no clue about what was in the email. Can you talk a little bit about what the email said?
Sure. And Sabrina, you can give us some information here, but we got an email from Princeton that said they made some changes to the testing for the students because here's the line that caught me. The line said very contagious new variant. And so it's the contagious part that had me, the very contagious part that had me concerned. What were you thinking of? What did you hear, Sabrina, that made you want to send that email out?
Well, it was just like, we know what was floating in the air. We know that Omicron is the talk right now. But whenever I heard Cornell was shutting down yesterday, it made me pause. Cornell shut down first.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Cornell shut down first. And we know that those Ivies kind of do what each other does. And so then the parents yesterday of Princeton students, it says Princeton moves finals online. And so I've been talking to Quincy, and he has said that a couple of his professors had said that we might be going to online finals only. And so you could tell that Quincy was a little concerned, but didn't want to concern me. And so then when we got that letter from the school, it says cancels events. All school events canceled amid Omicron spike. There's an Omicron spike. I mean, just in the last 3 or 4 days, Cornell had 900 breakouts.
What?
900.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why they shut it down. They said, I'm shutting it down. And so Princeton is not there yet, but they're wanting those kids to test and get home. They want them off of campus before the spread, and they don't want that spike because they don't want the kids to have to get stuck on campus through the break.
Right.
So it's really something, you guys. And so it's coming. And we just have to be vigilant, and it is affecting the vaccinated and unvaccinated. But what we're believing is that if you're vaccinated, you won't become deathly ill. So
Absolutely.
it's
that's
we just
what
pray that we don't go into a major shutdown and the kids can go back to school after the break. We want them home, and we want them to be able to get back on campus. Yeah.
And one of the things that I was thinking was that the email went out just in case the kids don't want to tell their parents what's happening.
That's right.
The fact that it went out there, Quincy doesn't want to concern you, but you want to be concerned, and no one knows how much it tells. So the university doesn't want to take on the responsibility.
Right.
And that's a big deal to get stuck at the university during the holidays, because that means all the staff got to be stuck during the holidays as well.
That's right. I mean, and the wording was today, the story that was on MSNBC out of New York, it was a big news story about Princeton pulling back, said Princeton University will make all finals remote and order the immediate cancellation of unmasked indoor gatherings. Immediate cancellation of unmasked indoor gatherings amid an increase in COVID cases. So it's coming, and it's getting very serious.
And Sabrina, I loved in that email when it said, if you need financial assistance, because can you imagine what that's like? You booked your tickets, you got everything going, and now you got to leave tomorrow and take a final. I mean, it's just
right.
I know a lot of Princeton families are in a position to do that without a problem. Bringing their private
but
jet,
a lot of them aren't.
Their kids up, but
Right.
not everybody is. And so that's just real, especially you got 1 child, 2 children, 3 children. Wow. So pay attention.
And then you got the international,
to the academics. Yes. Oh yes, absolutely. International for real.
Yeah. International.
You guys,
what
you know what? this is just so much when you think about having to be in school at every level, whether it's elementary, middle school, high school, college, Ivy League. I mean, that is a lot of mental stress that is added on to what you're already asked to do. And so we just have to really keep our kids and young adults that are in school, you know, in prayer and talk to them, because I can't even imagine how they feel going to school every day and finding out somebody, you know, has tested and they're together. And you know, when you're young adults, you kind of still believe, hey, it's not going to affect me. And thankfully, we haven't heard of a lot of young people dying from this variant. However, it just takes one. And who wants to be the parent of that one child that didn't even know they had underlying conditions? You know, we've heard about kids on the football field playing, and they pass out and they die, and the parent didn't know that they had something, a heart murmur or something. So it is very concerning. Very.
Check this out. Check this out.
College students.
Okay.
I was just saying, that's college students. What about the kids in that same area that are still not vaccinated? You know, the college students have an opportunity to get vaccinated.
But check this out. At Princeton, vaccination rates are high. 96% for faculty and staff, 98% for graduate students, and 99% for undergrads.
Wow.
A big round of applause. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, they weren't playing with it. They are not playing with it. They are not playing with it. But check this out. This Omicron, infections rose more than 20 times in just a week. And the Omicron variant began showing up in significant numbers at Cornell. The university reported 276 on-campus positives Monday, the latest day for which data was available, 23 times what it had been 2 weeks prior.
23 times.
Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you. So that infection rate, the way this thing is going to be catching like wildfire, I don't want to speak it, but follow the science of what
this just literally, I just got through my Apple News, Huffington Post just sent this. South Africa, that's a whole article. You can pull it up. Reinfections and breakthrough infections may be more common with Omicron. South Africa has more reinfections and breakthrough infections with Omicron than with Delta. Early predictions estimate that Omicron is twice as infectious as Delta, and the briefing from the United Kingdom shows a possible 3 to 8-fold increase in reinfection. I have no doubt that it's more transmissible, said a professor at University of California at Irvine. It says a large report looked at 78,000 Omicron patients and estimated that the protection against the hospitalization from 2 doses of the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine fell from 93% with Delta to 70% with Omicron. This could be due to waning antibody levels or to the mutations in Omicron outsmarting some of our antibodies. So one of the things, clearly, you need to be vaccinated because vaccinations save you from hospitalization in so many cases. My concern is when it does save you and your symptoms are less severe, then you might think you have the sniffles. I mean, I had the sniffles earlier today. You might think you have the sniffles or just the chills. And so you go get on a plane and you just don't know that you have it, you know? And so it just, if it's that much more infectious and we know that a vaccinated person can still carry it, that it does concern me about being in larger crowds because of folks that just got the sniffles or the chills and don't know they have it.
I'm telling you, I get nervous. Let me tell you why I get nervous. And I want to go back to Chris to find out what's going on in Michigan because Michigan's got one of the highest rates. But what concerns me so much is, when Sabrina said, you won't die. Well, there's a lot between wellness and dying. It's a long range. I'm concerned about the, what do they call the long haulers. I'm concerned about the kids. I'm concerned about the people who have diabetes and pre-conditions.
Pre-existing conditions.
Pre-existing conditions. There's a long, And so some people are like, well, don't be so afraid. And I do say that, like, don't speak it. However, people who have had COVID and survived it, they're not as nervous, but they can spread it. And people who haven't had it, like myself, I don't want it. Number one, I don't want it, and I'm sort of nervous to get it. You know, I don't want to just not die. I don't want to end up in the hospital. I don't want any parts of it. And you know, the other interesting part is that so many people have brought home their parents or haven't put them in these living conditions. And, you know, we have a society of people that are 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. We don't want them to get it either. So that's really serious.
Gloria,
I mean,
I'm concerned if the news is underreporting. I mean, that is what my girlfriend as a pharmacist said. It is being underreported, that people are tired. Biden made a statement that we are not closing down again. We don't want it to affect the economy. And is it being underreported? It's like people are over it and they're just not talking about it. It's the scroll.
I agree. Right. I agree, Caterina. I agree. We're going to come back to you, Chris, but I agree that now that we have a lot of systems in place and all these people have seen what has happened, because before the university didn't know what to do. Now the university is like, shut it down, get vaccinated, shut it. They got all the systems in place. So all these systems start to show up now, and they're going to affect the way we maneuver. Because you know why? Because we got issues. We got issues. And you're listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship. And we're going to be right back on you, y'all. What's Up Wednesday has been a juicy conversation. A plus to the Force of Friendship. Here we go. We're going to be right back at you at the commercial. Talk to you soon. Oh, here we go with the red bottoms, You know, we could have a conversation about how your feet feeling in the heels, but we're not going to talk about that right now because it's been a long time since we've been walking around in some red bottoms for real. I was with somebody the other day. They're like, oh my God, Gloria, these heels. I haven't worn heels in a minute. So it's really interesting. However, since I have grandchildren that live in Michigan, I pay attention to what's going on in Michigan with COVID. So Chris, what's the latest? Because they're like, Michigan is a hot state. It's always hot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's just unbelievable to me. But you know what? As I am out and about, I'm telling you, I see people with masks on, but there are a whole lot of people that are in stores. It's not mandated that you have to have a mask on. And so I'll see people in stores, and sometimes I look, they have their little children and they don't have their children masked. So, this is one of those states where you have the non-vaxxers who are very adamant about they don't want their civil rights being trampled upon, and they feel like a mask is, treading upon their civil rights. So, you know what? At some point, you just got to say, you got to let people do what they do, but you have to remain vigilant. And I'll just say this, personally, I think that if you have anybody coming to your house for a service call. We had had someone to come and take a look at our dishwasher the other day, and I saw him getting out of the car, and I was like, I'm just going to wait and see if he's going to grab a mask. And sure enough, came to the door, rang the doorbell, no mask. I went to my car, got a mask. He came in. I said, I need you to put this mask on. I have a 94-year-old father that's here. And he was very polite. He said, no problem. He put the mask on and wore it the entire time that he was here. But to me, and this is just, my thing, I think if you are going to anyone's house, you need to at least ask them, is it okay for me not to come in with a mask? Do you prefer a mask? But don't just assume that you can come in somebody's house without a mask. I mean, I'm to the point where I want to put a note on my door that says, if you are doing a service here, you must have a mask, and that'll solve the problem. Hopefully. Right. But Gloria, getting back to your question about Michigan being a hotspot, let me just read this. Michigan reported 11,722 new cases of COVID-19, 330 virus-related deaths on Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday.
300 on Wednesday?
On today, yes, wow. On Wednesday, 330. It's an average of 5,861 cases over the past 2 days. So Wednesday's update brings the total number of confirmed COVID cases in Michigan to, you ready for this? 1,408,189,000, and that includes 25,570 deaths.
In one state.
In one state. And that was as of Monday. That's where we are. So, this is not a joke. And you know what? I never like to see movies where they playing Russian roulette and they pass the gun from one person. It always makes me very squeamish to watch to see who actually gets the bullet. And I just think that's where we are with this, that people are playing Russian roulette. And you may feel good today and feel like, well, I haven't had the vaccination and it hasn't gotten me so far. But if it does get you, will you have those regrets of I shoulda, woulda, coulda? So that's where we are in Michigan, Glo.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. And I'll tell you something, when I think about that, I think about the politics and the governor. I think about him, we got a Republican governor here in Maryland, but what I love about him is he's not playing with it. He's not playing with it. He's telling everybody, wear a mask. And we walk around here and everybody got a mask on. Everybody got a mask on. So it makes a difference. What we saying, Kat?
This just dropped on california.gov, covid19.ca.gov. Due to recent increase in cases, we have mandated that everyone in California wear a mask indoor public spaces effective December 15th, 2021 to January 15th, 2022.
Wow.
Yep. And another time, I know we're going to run out of time, but Gavin Newsom ain't no joke. I don't know if you saw what he did and how he's doing a twist on what happened with the Texas law. That's a whole other conversation for another day, but they're not playing. He's not playing with COVID. And mask mandate indoors. However, I went so many places where literally it says biggest day, wear a mask, and there are people walking through the hotel and they don't have a mask on and nobody's checking them. They just ignore it. It'll be 95%, but then you got these three people that are just doing their thing. I'm not doing it. And I'm like, man, if I was a service person, I just would get tired of coming over saying, did you read the sign? Did you read the sign?
Right. And they get tired of saying stuff because people that they address are rude back to them. And they said, I don't get paid to handle that type of rudeness. And they come over, they look at you. But I'm telling you, I'll never forget that woman at Whole Foods who I reached over to get something. She's like 6 feet away. I'm like, okay. She was serious about it. I said, I got you, sister. She was serious about her 6 feet. I was like, okay. So I appreciate it for real. It's a big deal. But Caterina, what was that real quick about the difference between the variants?
You know what? I haven't gotten that far in the article in terms of where it breaks down the difference. He gives several differences in terms of more contagious. They said that if it wasn't for the number of vaccinations, spreading, it would spread faster, but it would be so much worse.
Yeah.
So if we had Omicron this time last year, looking at these statistics, it would have been even more of a disaster than Delta, is what I got kind of summarizing it. Which is interesting.
Well, we're excited. Beverly said the governor of New York also initiated a mask mandate. So it's very interesting what's happening right now. But real quick, while we're talking about New York, chief of police for the largest police organization in the nation is headed up by a Black female woman. And the three people that they were considering were Black women. So this is a huge statement for the Year of the Women, and she comes out of New York. So it's very exciting to watch something of this caliber happen in these times right now when so much is going on in the world, to see someone there. So they're going to get a new mayor in New York. They're going to get a new police chief in New York. I mean, this is a
female governor.
What's her name, Gloria? What's her name?
Yeah. How do we?
Her name is Crisette Ellis.
Crisette Ellis.
Yeah, it's Keechantsewell. Crisette Ellis.
Okay, where did she come from? Did she come from another city?
Yeah, she comes from Nassau County. So Nassau County is one of the large counties in New York. But they selected her from that. And she said she is a proven crime fighter with experience and emotional intelligence. Don't you love that? Emotional intelligence to deliver both the safety that New York's need and the justice that they deserve. And you guys, when you think about New York and you think about the police department and you think that she's coming back in when they're getting ready to drop the ball with all the people, if you guys been watching the news, they said everybody's coming back. The crowds are coming back. They're going to celebrate the new year. And now we got this going on. Oh, right. And then the new Manhattan district attorney is a Black man, y'all. For real. Elisa, thank you for bringing us some news over there. Because this is this is so. This
is a show all in and of itself. Everything that's going down in New York.
Everything's going to New York, you guys. Everything's going down in New York, except right here, we got issues. Oh, Chris, tell us about tomorrow's program.
Yes. Tomorrow, you guys, we want you to tune in. Tomorrow's show is going to be awesome. We're going to be talking from prison to CEO, a true redemption story. When I tell you this story is absolutely one that you don't want to miss. So join us tomorrow. Our special guest will be Robert Garner. OMG, his story is amazing. So we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Gloria.
We'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. We got issues. We're so excited to be here at 9:10 a.m. the Superstation WFDF out of Detroit. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Tell a friend. Call in. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.